hold up here. Oh my goodness, I'm like Rocky now. I'm gonna do the show from up here. Oh. You ready? Okay, I'm gonna go back down. Welcome to Obi-Wan and Beyond. Thank you all for taking the time in your evening to come to see my show. Are you ready for a good one? Okay, here we go. Well, you know, I am what they call a voice actor. And this. But today I feel a bit like a rock star. Very kind. Okay. Star Wars Weekend's the best place ever, right? Hey, while I catch my breath, can we thank the folks at Disney for putting on Star Wars Weekends? And can we give a big round of applause for my amazing crew back there? And there's people back there. Can we clap for them? Excellent. Well, I am the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I think we need to really channel him, right? So can we all summon the Force right now? Very good. Do you know the famous line, how are you? You good? Do you know that famous line that Princess Leia says about Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first movie, A New Hope? Do you know what that is? What is it? Are you shy? Do you know what it is? What is it? Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. All right, do you think if we all summon the Force, we can all say it together at once, yes? Okay. Clint, can we get a little mood music? Very good, okay, ready? And... help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope!
Well, hello there. I felt a great disturbance in the Force, as if a whole planet cried out at once. Welcome everyone to Obi-Wan and Beyond. Graduates, I understand the Obi-Wan part of the title, but the rest is beyond me.
See what they did there? Okay, well look, Obi-Wan, I'm not just your voice, I'm many other characters in movies, TV, radio, video games, all that
Really?
stuff. Yes.
Well, I always knew the Force was strong with you. I've been watching by a hologram for my post here.
And where is here?
I can't say for fear of the Empire monitoring the signal, but if you think it's not there with one sun,
yes,
try two. Move along, James.
Move along.
Move along.
Move along. Move along, James. Gets me with that Jedi mind trick every single show. Okay, but anyways, voice actors. We spend our time in little padded rooms talking to ourselves, yes? But we also have the coolest job in the world because on-camera actors, they get the fruit platters and the trailers and all of this fame and the fortune and all that, right? But we get to be whoever our voices can make us be. So I can be anyone like an 11-year-old kid like Johnny Test or
an alien like Plo Koon in Star Wars The Clone Wars, or Yap-a-Dabba-Doo, a prehistoric caveman like Fred Flintstone
at 115 pounds and 5'4", so pretty good. A little more like Barney Rubble. So voice acting, pretty cool. Now, in this show, I'm going to show you what my life is like a voice actor. And sometimes I'm going to be going, hey, and I'm this and I'm that and that. But you know what? I'm so excited about it. I love my job. I love what I do. And it's all I've ever wanted to do. Since I was 4 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a voice actor. And so, I studied everything I could. I wanted to learn about the human voice. I wanted to know how it works, how it doesn't work, what's good for it, what's bad for it. And so I really loved listening to old radio plays. Now, radio plays from the 30s and 40s, I would go to the library and I would check these out in the library. They'd have them on cassette tapes. Most of you people don't know what those are. They also had them on records. Now I'm really blowing your minds. And I would listen to them. And I would repeat after them, and I would create these characters, and I'd make my own radio shows and stuff. Because radio really was the beginning of all voiceover for all of us. It really was.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to JAT Radio, brings you all the entertainment that's fit to voice. Yes, radio is comedy.
We have who's on first, what's on second, and who's on third.
So who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fella playing.
Who?
The fella playing first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for?
Drama. I love you, Margot.
And I love you, child. What?
There's someone else, isn't there?
No, child.
No. Then why don't you tell me who this is? Hello, Margot.
sports. The champ is looking to be in bad shape. The challenge is up on the ropes. He's getting the left and right and the left and the right and still another left and another right. Music, baby, our sweetheart St. Patrick, like children from a candy tree. Holly kisses from the line. News. Dateline Europe, 1945. The German High Command surrendered their forces to the Allies. Hitler's minions have given up the fight. And suspense.
I'm telling you, whatever you do, do not open that door.
Yeah, but I must see.
Trust me, nothing can prepare you for what is on the other side.
But must I? Hello, Margot. Yes, a world of entertainment at your fingertips. Through the Miracle Hour Radio.
Thank you. It was so fun. And I would listen to all these things, but I also did a lot of studying. I know the kids are like, oh, really? Yes, I studied very, very hard. Parents should be thrilled to know that. I studied by watching a lot of cartoons. It's hard work, somebody's got to do it. And I did read. I read a lot of comic books. But I loved comic books, and I loved creating my own comic books. I had one that I created, my own hero, and he was the Sound, because he would use sound waves to create alternate realities for the bad guys and disguise himself as whatever they heard and saw. It was really great, and in my mind it was super fun. So I would sit in my room, and I would draw these out, and I would draw the characters, and I would do the voices, and you know, I was a little kid sitting in my room making up my own comic book, so it probably looked and sounded like...
I have control of all the sounds you hear as I live in a room. I fight crime and pursue justice. I am the sound.
Yeah. Right? Because that's it when you're a little kid. You're so excited. You see it all and it's all there. You know it. And in your head, it is much different. Because in my head, it was a lot more like...
Bending, stretching, and if necessary, breaking the boundaries of all you hear. Evildoers beware. I will fight. I will bring justice. I am the Sound.
Just a little different inside a kid's head. And I also studied a lot of puppets. Now these ones were my particular favorites.
Oh, hey, Bert.
And I noticed with some of these puppets, their voices were very similar.
Hello, Bert.
But it didn't matter, right? Because they were awesome. Oh, and by the way, Kermit singing Rainbow Connection, he pretty much saved me from the biggest bully and saved me from his wrath on the playground. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What's on the other side?
It's so true.
Yes. It saved me, so it was good to learn voices and entertain my friends and my classmates. Because I got to tell you, I'm short now, but I was pretty tired. I really, I always was the shortest kid, and so I found that my mimicry kind of helped me. It helped me with the bullies and stuff, and then usually ended up being some of my best friends, and so it was great because I would recreate what everybody heard and saw on their favorite shows the night before when they were watching TV or going to the movies. So basically, I was like TiVo. I was Jack-Bo, I guess. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
Yeah, what's up, Doc?
I'll tell you what's up. It's lemon season.
That's
Lemon season. Lemon season fire. Traveling through another
lost astronaut, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can't rebuild him. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Kid, get us out of here.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Snakes. What are snakes?
E.T. Oh. Yep, life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
Your powers are weaker now.
You can't win, Doc. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Whoa, wait a second, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine? DeLorean?
Well, I see it. You're not no time machine anymore, Bob. I'm losing style. Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal absolutely. Look out!
Whoa, this is heavy. It's fun to create these things. And so by the time I was 16, I took all this talking to myself to the stage as a stand-up comic. And by the time I was 17, I got into radio, became a disc jockey in my hometown. And when I was in my 20s, I built my own home recording studio and started my own voiceover production company. Now, one of my very first clients was Moviefone. Now, Moviefone was a service you used to call and find out what was playing in the theaters. And I would do all their commercials, all the trailers for their movies. And one time they needed a trailer for the movie Jurassic Park 2. It was about to come out, and they needed the sound of a T-Rex stomping up and letting out this thunderous howl. And then I would come on with a dramatic voiceover and say, "Something has survived." It's fun, isn't it? Okay, but they also needed the T-Rex, and they didn't have any of the sounds from the movie yet, so they asked me to create it. So, as a voice actor, I did what I could and used what I had, my voice. Oh, and a multi-track recorder, and my lunch. Now, let me explain to you. See, it's a lot easier nowadays, too, because back in the day, I used my cup, and I cut out the center there, and I used that, and I had a bag of chips that I filled with old recording tape, which tells you how old I am. But because this tape made the sound of like the bushes. Hear that? It's in the bushes, it was great. And then the chips still in the bag, I would crush them on my chest and go, see? And that created the footsteps. Put it into a multi-track thing, layer upon layer, bass, EQ, all of that fun stuff. Then I took my voice and put it through a vocal processor. And I pitched my voice way down, down here like that. Ooh, yeah. And this is what I came up with. All that and a bag of chips.
James, are you alright? I thought I heard the zero beast.
No, I'm fine, Mr. Kenobi. I was just me talking to myself. Oh, all that.
Good. I was going to say...
Oh, you have a bad feeling about this?
Yes. But I believe there's a quota on that line in this show. And I want to say that for when it really matters.
But he's full of jokes tonight, isn't he? He's very funny. Well, okay. So, as a voice actor, one thing that you spend a lot of time doing, is auditions. Now, auditions for voiceover are a little different than when you're an on-camera actor, because you get the scripts in advance, and you know what you're going to do, and you prepare yourself, and you look very cool. Voice actors, we go into the booth, we never get the script, we never know what we're auditioning for until we get there, and when we're there, we need to be ready to give them all sorts of different things, different voices, different tones, different inflections, and in a voiceover audition, you never quite know what to expect.
Okay, James, make yourself comfortable. We want you to sound very real, casual, conversational. We're looking to get this in about 1.7 seconds. Oh, and don't make it too announcer. For this first take, just give us whatever you have in mind, okay?
Okay, great.
Great, we're rolling. Take one.
Use only as directed.
Great. Okay, let's try one a little more conversational.
Use only as directed.
Now more serious.
Use only as directed.
What if we needed it in 3.8 seconds instead of 1.7?
Use only as directed.
Okay, now stretch it out, but go back to 1.7 seconds.
Use only as directed.
How about with a German accent?
Use only as directed.
Now that's,
New York, maybe?
Hey, use only as directed. What?
British?
Use only as directed.
How about French?
Use only as directed.
Romanian?
Directed. Use only as.
What would a woman sound like?
Use only as directed. Use only as directed.
They're more staccato.
Use only as directed.
How about a real announcery voice?
Use only as directed.
Now energize it.
Use only as directed.
Bigger and faster.
Use only as directed.
Faster and bigger.
Use only as directed.
Bigger.
Use only as directed.
Okay, stand by. Sounds real good, James. You know, we're actually thinking we're going to go with your first take. Thanks for coming in.
Now you know why it's a padded room. But it's great. It's a great padded room. I have so much fun in it. And one of the things I never could have imagined when I was a little kid dreaming of being a voice actor, that I would actually be voicing now as an adult, is video games. Now you wonder why? Well, because see, when I was a kid, video games looked like... Yeah, there's not a lot to voice in those, but there is a lot to voice in video games nowadays. And I've been very fortunate to be some very, very cool characters, like Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, Tidus from Final Fantasy X, Lego Spider-Man,
The Silver Surfer. I'm Professor Charles Xavier.
Great Scott, Young Doc Brown. I'm Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, and I'm also Fish Legs. I'm Prince Charming, Gingy the Gingerbread Man.
I'm also the voice of Arthur in the Shrek games. And the voice of all the Windows.
And the fallen Transformer.
So it's a lot of fun to be a video game actor. It's so cool. You never know who you're going to be. And that's the other thing for a voice actor. We spend a lot of time driving around to different sessions and stuff too, because
With time, the Vatican seem almost dull. So, it appears the podcast mission is wrapping up. Enjoy the rest of the Star Wars weekend, everyone. And may the Force be with you. Always.
thank you, Obi-Wan. All right, have you guys had a good time? Excellent. Well, I gotta tell you, I have had a fantastic time. I am really very fortunate to be this person that gets to do all these cool things and share with you about my life as a voice actor. Because in well over about 25, 26, 27 years now, I've been very fortunate to be the voice of some pretty iconic characters that I never could have imagined when I was a little kid in my room, talking to myself, coming up with voices and stuff. But that's what I've been very blessed to be able to do. But I think a lot of people see celebrities or they see people that do stuff in front of the camera and they think, wow, their lives must be so perfect. But I gotta tell you that we all have our struggles. And my biggest was on February 13th, 2005. Now on that day, I had some really good things happen, and I had some really bad things happen. The bad thing was, I lost something that day. My voice. Now my wife and I had just bought a new home because we were about to adopt our daughter from China. We were very excited, but this home was a money pit. It had all sorts of problems, including black toxic mold growing in the walls, which I got exposed to. I dropped from like 135 down to about 96 pounds. I got very, very sick. I had massive laryngitis and throat infections, could not speak. And the doctor said the only way you're going to get better is if you don't speak for a long time. And they wanted to put me on a lot of medications and change a lot of things in my life. And I thought, I don't know about that. So I also thought, I guess this is it. I guess I better start, looking at some other way to work and make a living. But this was my dream, and I thought, why? Why does this happen? And I think that that's what happens with a lot of us. We have a dream, and it gets hit, and sometimes we go, okay, forget it then. But I thought, no, I'm not going to say no to this. This is my dream. This is all I've ever wanted to do and all I can do. So I fought very hard. And it started making more sense 8 months later when we got our little girl in China. And my wife and I were very, very blessed, very happy. And Now here it is 9 years later, and we are a happy, healthy family, and that was what the key was, see? I was learning things that I never learned before, how to eat right, how to do the things I needed to do, how to take care of my voice. Because that's sometimes things that slip by when you're enjoying your life and your successes. But the other thing that happened on February 13th, I said there was some good stuff. Well, see, what happens when you adopt a child is you don't find out about them for 6 months. And we found out 6 months later that that was actually my daughter's birthday. So the day I thought everything was falling apart and was changing for the worse, it was actually changing for the better. And that's why I want to ask all of you here, what is your challenge? What's challenging you right now? These are some quotes from people that made a difference in my life that I read daily and mean a lot to me. Because here's the thing, each one of us, whether we're on stage or we're at home, we're feeding babies, we're taking care of the bills, we're working hard to provide for our families. Each one of us has a challenge, but we also have a dream, and it's ours. I want to tell you, don't get rid of that dream. Don't think, oh no, I'll leave that for the big celebrities, or I'll leave that for my friends, or I'll leave that for my family, or I'll leave it for my kids. No, your dreams are important. They're very important. And that's why I'm glad you're here at the happiest place on earth, right? Because you're ready to get some dreams going. Well, keep those dreams going when you leave. Write them down daily. Know what your dreams are and pursue them. I'm giving you permission right now, okay? Because so many of you, especially you parents, that go through life thinking, I'm going to do this for my kids. Do it for yourself too. Enjoy your life. But pursue your dreams. Because sometimes when we get hit with a challenge, it's that way of saying, you know what? Wake up. This is going to be good for you, and it's going to help you. And it's going to build you up into a bigger, better, stronger person. Because if I hadn't gotten sick, I wouldn't be here right now with this show. After I got sick, I started writing, and I started coming up with ideas, and this is what I dreamed up. And if I got sick and put it away, I wouldn't be here. And that would really bum me out, because I love getting to be all these different people, but really it is just one man and one throat. But
many voices. You have been witness to the vocal daredevil, the magician of mimicry, the little guy with the big voice in the little padded room.
talking to myself. Thank you so much. God bless you. Enjoy.